I just want to say before we get started on this video, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Dinger City and me and everyone else that's a part of the club. We wouldn't be here without you guys. You guys are amazing. This is one of the best things that's ever happened to me, like hands down. You guys are amazing. I love all of you. Whether you're rooting for me or against me, you're amazing. Stay awesome. And one thing I left out that I want to say to you specifically, TBling, if I didn't say it to you already. I apologize. I really do for being the way that I was during these games. I was not my normal bubbly self. It's not the first impression I wanted to make with you, even though we had been around each other, maybe said hi. As we were going through the regular season, we had one night where we were together. We tried to play a game, but we never got a chance. I wish I conducted myself better. I didn't project my anger at you, but I was angry, and I wasn't my normal bubbly self. I like to make jokes while I play. So I apologize that I wasn't projecting the person that I want to be. I don't think it was a huge deal, but I do want to say it because it doesn't reflect who I want to be as a person. And I apologize to everyone watching if you saw me kind of give some looks, say some things in the player cam. I was tilted. It's not the person I want to be. I'm going to work on it. But yeah. So today we're going to talk about the TBling series, my unfortunate 3-0 defeat to him. I just want to talk about everything that I think went wrong, things I'd like to do better. I do also want to say before I get going into some of the things that I think stop me from doing super well, that even if everything goes perfectly, I think TBling takes this series either way. Maybe it wasn't 3-0, but I think he would still beat me. He's got more experience. He's an amazing player. I'm just a rookie. I still got a lot to learn, so I definitely took a lot away from the series. Looking to hopefully get some more notable wins in the future, but by no means are these excuses. I think TBling deserves it. I'm rooting for him in the World Series. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I want to say about this series before we start breaking down each game was that it was over before it even started. Me versus Jason and me versus Spencer was one of the first recording days, if not the first recording day of the playoffs, and then about a month went by, and me versus TBling was the last thing recorded before World Series. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a lot of good practice in because in that month I moved into my apartment, which you can see behind me is a mess. I'm sorry about that, but college started back up for me. So I was getting used to classes. There was a new school because I transferred from where I was originally going, and I was getting into the swing of my my new life over here in where I'm at now. So that definitely prevented me from getting a lot of the practice and preparation done that I wanted to going into the series. I don't think it made too much of a difference the fact that I was cold because I had 2 warm-up games, and in the first game I kind of got rid of all that rust, and I felt warmed up, to say the least. But my mindset throughout the entire series was garbage. I can't even pretend to say that I had a good mindset. Going into it, like on the way there, I was thinking, I haven't played in a month, what the heck am I supposed to do? And then I had 2 warm-up games. Granted, they were only 5 innings, but I played against Tyler and Nick, and I lost to both of them in my warm-ups, which was not a very good confidence booster going into my series, especially because at the time I had never lost to Nick or Tyler. Granted, they were warm-up games, so I was doing things like pitching to Bowser and doing things that I wouldn't normally do if it was a real game, but either way, to lose to them, even though they're great players, it was like, oh shoot. And TBling mopped the floor in his warm-up, so I was like, oh my goodness, he's way more prepared than I am. I didn't get to watch the tapes like I did against Jason as much. One, because TBling doesn't really have many tapes from the season, but also because I just didn't make the time, and I should have. But yeah, my mindset was really bad going into it. I had no confidence. You can see my face early, even in I think it was by the second inning, I just had this look on my face. The second inning of the first game, I just had this look, and it was like, I don't know, where it came from. I was just in this like terrible mindset that you could tell that I was in my own head already from the get go, which I definitely think really hindered me. And another thing going off that mindset, and I'm going to use that to transition into our first game that we're going to break down, is look at this. Look at this man sitting here on the left side as a righty. He's not supposed to be there. I know some people still put him there these days just because it's a feels thing, but not for me. And being in semifinals and making a mistake like that with my handedness on my players is rookie, to say the least. And I am a rookie, but I was trying to not play like one. And this year you could definitely see where the nerves kind of came in. I didn't double check my handedness on my players, and unfortunately that kind of hurt me a little bit. Not too much because it's just one character, and I did get a perfect contact hit with him, which would have been out if it wasn't foul. But I think this exemplifies what exactly was my mind state in this. I just was not fully there, and TBling was, and he capitalized, that's for sure. But another thing, and this was throughout the series, not just this game. My example is here because it was a good example of the Wario being the wrong handedness. But also, there was one pitch that I never caught on to that TBling told me afterwards was something that he kept throwing and kept getting me on. And you could see it throughout, especially in the first and third games. I am swinging at the pitch that is going inside and then curving back outside, and I'm not adjusting to the outside input. So I'll play the clip here. He throws it to the inside and then curves it back out, but I only adjust for that first input. I don't read the second input. And that was something that I did throughout the entire series, which really hindered me, especially with the heavies. Again, with the Wario thing, I don't think it would really mess me up. I just couldn't find my bats, and to be completely honest, I was pretty unlucky this game. I really was, but that's just the nature of the game, you know? I was getting a lot of unfortunate trajectories and hits, but mostly it was the bobbles. There were 3 runs that came off of bobbles in a 4-0 game. That being said, the one run that came from not unluckiness, just TBling being better than me, would still be enough to win the game because I didn't get any runs. So, you know, the first game was tough. I had some good moments in this game. I really did. There was one moment, though, that was kind of tough, was the... Actually, it wasn't this game, but I'll talk about that. It was in the second game, but none of these games I think I actually played all too bad. I just think I made a lot of silly mistakes because of my nerves and because of the headspace that I was in, and TBling capitalized on them. So, like, and another thing I would say is that I didn't recognize while I was playing that these were good games. I thought I was playing terrible. And I don't think I was. I don't think I played my best, but I don't think I played bad. And you can see it on my face throughout the series. Like, I think I am not playing well. And looking back on the series, like, before they were posted, I had a very sour taste in my mouth thinking back on them. I thought I played really bad. But I was happy to see that at least, one, they were very entertaining games to watch and to rewatch. And 2, I didn't play as bad as I thought, which was good. But moving on to the second game, Noki pitcher. Believe it or not, I don't think that the pitching gambit is actually very useful. I think I'm a competent enough pitcher where it doesn't affect me all too much. The only problem was that I wanted Noki and Toadsworth, my backup, to be righty pitchers. And another handedness mistake that I made. I mentioned it in the end game speech of the third game, but to reiterate, like I am more comfortable pitching to the outside. I look to see what the majority handedness is on the other team for batting, and I make it the opposite. So if most of the team is batting lefty, which is usually the case, I like to have my pitchers being righty. And in this case, I made Noki a lefty for some reason. I think this made the pitching gambit work, but overall, I think if Noki is a righty, and with the player that I am, I think I'm competent enough at pitching that it's kind of a hindrance to TBling because he's forcing himself to have a non-optimal field in the monkeys and non-optimal hitting in the monkeys. So I think that, I mean, he still beat me because he played really well, but I don't think that it was because of the pitching gambit. I just think that it was him being on. But that being said, the first real major mistake that I feel like I made was in this scenario. I would say a pretty obvious bunt incoming. I knew it. I was holding Z to bring my corner baseman in, but what I didn't expect and what I didn't account for was that if he went for the bunt, it would pop up. Right? The right play here is to let that ball hit the ground, because then I can get an easy double play. One of the easiest double plays. All his runners are running back, so there's no fear that I can get a double play, because there's going to be force at all bases, and instead, I caught this ball.
Oh, okay. So
right? Still an out,
Colin.
prevented a run from scoring, but now we have 3 stars for Wario, and he goes for the garlic ball. I get the unfortunate player deselect because of the placement of the ball, and that scores 2 runs. That being said, it was a 3-run ball game because he hit a PD dinger, a 2-run dinger from PD at the end of the game, so it was 10-7. But I don't think that I think that going into the 9th inning, where you need to score runs, if it's only 1 run that you need to score, I think you go into that 9th inning with a better mindset. Maybe it made a difference. Either way, he played better. But the 3rd game, this was a mess. I cringed rewatching this. One thing I would do differently, not at the time though, I didn't really have that mindset, was having Boo be righty as well. With Boo was kind of at that time was kind of only the only exception to my little rule. I always had Boo as a lefty. I was more comfortable with it. But these days, I've been pitching righty Boo if everyone on the other team, or most players on the other team, are batting lefty. Another bases loaded scenario. Instead of a bunt, he goes for a steal here, and I played this steal all wrong. I threw that ball. I got unfortunate. I didn't get the smash input, and King Boo kind of threw a little soft. That was a stupid blunder to make. Ultimately, I don't remember how much it cost me. Oh, it was the game. That cost me the game because that not only tied up the game, but then it allowed him to get another hit and make it a 2-1, or score 2 more runs and make it a 1-run lead, and that really sucked. I kind of mentally left after that. I knew I was done. I knew I was finished. I was so rattled. TBling outsmarted me on the base pads. He outplayed me. He did amazing. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of all I really wanted to go over. I was kind of going fast because I don't want this video to linger too much. But, I mean, the last thing I would really want to say is, you know, like, what do you think? You know, like, what could I have done better? Tear into me if you want in the comments, really, because I just want to become a better player. I want to get some notable wins. I want to win a belt. I want to win some tournaments. I think that I had an amazing rookie season. Coming halfway into the season, taking down some big names, being the first person to give Dennis a loss during the season, a very close title matchup with Joey, a tie for the greatest comeback on camera against Andrew. I feel like I had a great regular season. In the playoffs, I'm really proud with how I did, considering I beat Jason, someone I had never was able to beat. Leading into it, TBling, a great player, took me out 3-0, but to make the semis as a rookie, one of the youngest players in the club, I can't complain. I really can't. But I think next season and whatever comes next, I want to be the one to take it all, you know? But that being said, yeah, give me everything you got. Whatever you notice that I can maybe improve on, I want to see it in the comments. If you like this kind of video, like maybe I'll make some more of these if you guys like it. Thank you guys so much for your support. Next weekend, not this weekend, Halloween weekend, the next weekend, we're doing the 24-hour live stream on Dinger City. We're going to raise so much money for charity. It's going to be great. I really hope to see you guys there. Get some fun incentives going. It's going to be a great time. So yeah, I mean, that's really all I wanted to go over. Thank you guys again for watching and supporting. You guys are amazing. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next Dinger City video, or if I upload some more videos on this channel. Whatever happens, I'll see you guys then. Dinger City out.